Pink Lady T-Birds just happen to be watchers of my shit. My name is Jimmy Pynk, and today we are going to discuss the most underrated Quentin Tarantino film, Jackie Brown. So this is a request by Patreon. If you are not one of my patrons on Patreon, you might want to get on that this month because you are able to, at any price point, request any music video or movie, and I'm going to review it. So this is from my first patron that I ever had, Andrew Blossom. I love him. I love you, I love you, I love you. And he suggested Jackie Brown, which I was super excited about because for the Pink Ladies and the T-Birds, they know I like to get in geesh. And I'm like, oh, I get to do a flight attendant? So, you know, I got my little flight attendant going on. But also, when Andrew requested this, I was deep in the bowels of claws. Let me get up in my gig. Let me get up in my zhuzh, because y'all know I be needing my little booze and smokes. And for this movie, booze and cigarettes every fucking where, so it's appropriate. I found out some things about Jackie Brown in the source material, and immediately when he said Jackie Brown, when I was watching Claws, I kept saying that Desna, for my Pink Ladies and T-Birds to watch Claws reviews, that I was getting a lot of Jackie Brown. Well, couple different things about Jackie Brown, just some trivia for you to know before we get up in the zhuzh for real. Jackie Brown is based on a book. Hold on, I have it written here. It's adapted from a book called Rum Punch by Elmore Leonard. When I tell you the similarities, the book is Florida noir, Florida core, Florida crime story, like Jackie Brown. Tarantino changed the location for Jackie Brown to California. Also, the original character's last name was not Brown, but that was a nod to Pam Grier, whose most famous role is probably Foxy Brown. Now, I'm going to get up to... First of all, let's talk about this. Jackie Brown is available on Netflix. If you've never seen Jackie Brown, I would suggest for you to stop this video, get on Netflix, go watch Jackie Brown, come back. You will not be disappointed. Y'all know I don't never send y'all no shit to watch that ain't on brand. So you know it's going to be the tits. So you need y'all to go watch that. But this is actually the only story that Quentin Tarantino has ever adapted. So everything else is original material from his crazy ass brain. But this he adapted. Now, what he did do, which now all of a sudden is always a big fucking deal, but nobody wants to say this, that the original character in the book was a white lady. But Quentin Tarantino, you know, he does his tributes. He has his certain types of films and stuff that he likes. He wants to do a blaxploitation film. And if you want to do a blaxploitation film starring a female, you don't get nobody else but fucking Pam Grier. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's going to get a little warm in here because I don't got the air on. But we're gonna work through this together. Okay. So Pam Grier is like the female action heroine of the 70s. In fact, she is rated at Rotten Tomatoes as the second greatest female action hero of all time. You had Coffee, Foxy Brown, Sheba Baby, Friday Foster. Like, for those of y'all that are a little bit younger or don't know the history of blaxploitation and black filmmaking in the 70s, if you've seen the Austin Powers movies and Beyonce played Foxy Cleopatra, that was a parody of Foxy Brown. Because there were also other blaxploitation characters like Cleopatra Jones, and there were other ones, but the big dog was Pam Grier. Okay, so here's the scenario, and I won't do spoilers just yet because I hope that if you have not seen this movie, you guys will go see it. I keep wanting to call her Foxy now. So Jackie Brown is a flight attendant for like a shitty ass Mexican airline. She's a 44-year-old woman. She gets caught smuggling money because she's smuggling money for this career criminal who is basically at this point now a gun runner, smuggling his money back and forth to Mexico, and she gets caught, but she gets targeted. And it goes from there. When I say that there's similarities between this and Claws, it's because she is always scheming and come up with a way to get herself out of it and come out on top. And I would be hard pressed once you sit down, if you've watched Claws, and go back and watch Jackie Brown. If you haven't even seen Jackie Brown in a while, go back and watch it. You would be hard pressed not to see a lot of similarities between Jackie Brown and Desmond Sims. Like, you would be hard pressed not to see so many similarities from, you know, the aging black woman in her 40s with the boom bang pow body that's really street smart, but, you know, situation got her like, this is what, you know, this is what she does. She probably is capable of so much more, but this is what she does. She's doing criminal activity just to get herself by, and just smart, playing people against each other. Like, the similarities are so vast. So if you're missing Claws, I would suggest for you to go watch Jackie Brown too. That'll give you your fix. But once I found out the original source material was set in Florida, you're not going to tell me that character is not based on Jackie Burke, who was in the book, but part Jackie Burke and part Jackie Brown. You're not going to tell me the shit's not based on it. You can't. I don't believe it. But let's talk about some other things in the film. Let's talk about the use of music, which, you know, Quentin Tarantino is that dude for that. I'll give him that. All of the music, this is what I said, like when he was doing a blaxploitation film, all of the music is from the 70s except for one song. One song is actually by Pam Grier's namesake, Foxy Brown, the rapper, who named herself after Foxy Brown, the character that Pam Grier is most known for playing. And it's used properly because it's a character going into a music store to buy an old Delphonics tape, but he's going into a music store. Well, of course, the music store is not going to be playing 70s music. They're going to be playing music that's from right then, 1990, because Jackie Brown is from 1997. So even that was used smart. And I bet you a lot of people did not realize that the only rap song that was in there was by an artist named Foxy Brown, who based her whole character after Pam Grier. This shit's fucking... Listen, I'm a Quentino girl. Quentino is my dude. But speaking of that, one of the problems that I honestly do have with Quentin Tarantino is he is a little bit too happy to throw the word nigga around. He is. However, I will say this is the one film that I did not have any problem with it at all. The reason why I didn't have any problem with it in this at all is because if you know a blaxploitation film, it's never a white character that says it. It's only the black characters that say it to each other. But if you ever seen a blaxploitation film, that's how they talk. That's how they talk. So I didn't feel like this was overdone like it was in Django, or, you know, Quentin Tarantino love to use the word nigga a little bit too much, and a lot of times I don't feel like it was for good reason. And this, it fits the world building, it fits the world, it fits the characters. You would expect for Samuel L. Jackson's character, who was the gun runner, and Jackie Brown, when they in the shit at each other, arguing, calling each other motherfuckers and niggas. You expect that. That's realistic. So in this particular script, and it's not overdone, I think it was only like 37 times they said nigga, but it was warranted. It was well done. It wasn't just because, ooh, Quentin Tarantino like to drop M-bombs. Like, in this movie, it was done in the world building. It was correct. It was supposed to be there. It was right. I want to talk about some of the performances in this film, because you got some actors, you know, this is after Pulp Fiction, and oh, Tarantino, bring people's acting careers back. Well, in this movie, we have Pam Grier, who I said, superstar of the 70s. You have Robert Forster, Samuel L. Jackson, Robert De Niro's in this film, Bridget Fonda's in this film. You have my motherfucking boy, Birdman, Michael Keaton is in this. And it's just, I can't say it enough. This is an underrated Tarantino film. This is so underrated. It didn't make the money. It didn't get the shine that his other films have gotten. But it deserved it, because my personal favorite Tarantino film is Kill Bill Volume 1, and this is better than that. Honestly, sitting down and watching it, this is a much better story. It's much better acted. And the world building is much better in this than it is Kill Bill Volume 1. And Kill Bill Volume 1 is my favorite Quentin Tarantino movie. Anyway, sorry, I thought I heard my doors hurting. But anyway, so we have that. I want to talk about, however, people did like it. Pam Grier was nominated for Best Actress for a Golden Globe. Okay, somebody is at my door. Pull that. Excuse me. Where were we? I'm sorry. I had sex during the eclipse, and it was awesome. So I apologize. I have to come back to this. So Jackie Brown. I believe we were talking about... where were we? I think we were talking about Jackie Brown and... I don't remember what the fuck we was talking about. Anyway, so Jackie Brown. So let me get into the plot. Nope, I already did that. I don't want to tell you guys too much, because if you've never seen Jackie Brown, like, that would be like if somebody told me what was going on with Claus, which I'm having a hard time doing with the person that I just had sex with during the eclipse. God, that was kind of amazing. And it'll never happen again for like 137 years. So I'm like, yeah, I'd much rather do that than watch the sun. But I have to say, as a movie, it's an amazing movie. If you're somebody that likes Quentin Tarantino, you're going to love this movie, because honestly, I think for a Tarantino movie, and using typical Tarantino tropes and bringing them in, I think that this might, honest to God, even though I like other Tarantino movies better, I think that this is probably the most focused Tarantino has been on the storyline. I think that that throwback sensibility and him paying homage to other movies works the best in this. And I just gotta tell y'all, Pam Grier is a bad bitch. Pam Grier was always a bad bitch, but Pam Grier is a bad bitch, y'all. I'm telling y'all. If y'all know about Pam Grier, I suggest y'all go look up other things about Pam Grier. Look up other things that Pam Grier was in. She had a series, I want to say it was on Showtime after this, called Links, about a bar in New Orleans, and her love interest was like a congressman or like something like that. Pam Grier is the baddest. Jawbreaker. Shouts to Darren Stein. Listen, Darren Stein follows me on Twitter and Instagram because I talk about Jawbreaker so fucking much, because I love Jawbreaker. He was a guest judge. That was the first time he ever retweeted me. He was a guest judge on Dragula, which y'all know I review that. Listen. I apologize, Andrew. I just happened to review your shit after a very, I don't want to tell too much of my business, but after a very serious and important doctor's appointment. And then I came home, I decided to do this. And then that time that I was staring off into space like squirrel, I think somebody was at my door. Somebody was actually at my door, and I had sex during the eclipse. And it was wonderful, and I might be a little bit too fucked up to talk about Jackie Brown anymore. But I think I covered almost a lot of stuff. I'm just looking through my notes. And I think I just covered a lot of what I wanted to say about this, honestly. Like, I don't want to do a spoiler review because I don't know how many of my viewers have actually seen Jackie Brown, and I really want y'all to go watch it. I don't want to spoil it. It's too good to be spoiled. Like, and because this is an older movie, this is not something you're like, oh, I'll watch the spoilers. I don't care if I've ever seen the movie. No! Motherfuckers, y'all gotta go see Jackie Brown. It's on Netflix right now. Like I said, especially if you like Tarantino or if you like movies with strong female leads. I have to say, well, Tarantino usually does have some female leads that are pretty strong because The Bride is obviously very, very strong. And like I said, I have a special place in my heart for Kill Bill. But this, darling, honey, when I tell you, if you are missing claws right now, take your ass to Netflix and watch Jackie Brown. You will not be disappointed, and especially with the back information that I've given you, that the original character is from Florida, and all this was supposed to take place in Florida, you will get some Desna Sims. This is my ponytail. This is the only hair I've ever had that looked like Desna's hair, and it was a ponytail. I didn't even know, and I'm like, oh, I could have been wearing this for claws, but this is like Desna's hair. Listen, just, if you liked claws, if you loved claws, you're going to love Jackie Brown. Please watch it. This is not the best review I've ever done. A couple other things I want to throw out here. The weekly tea party is coming back in September, guys. The weekly tea party is coming back in September. Like I said, again, I tell y'all too much, but I did have a doctor's appointment today. Something is going on. I don't want y'all to be scared. There's nothing to be scared of. But these are some symptoms and things that I have been having while y'all haven't been getting the videos and things the way I wanted to, on top of the shit that's been going on at work. But everything's going to be fine. Everything's going to be fine. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. Everything's going to be fine. So I can get back into this, and we are going to start the weekly tea party in September. And I just found out about this TV show called The Deuce, where Method Man plays a pimp. So I'll probably be reviewing that, and that starts sometime in September. And you know Riverdale's coming back. So we're going to get this weekly tea party started in September. Y'all ready to sip? Maybe I should call it the weekly sip. Because we ain't going to drink tea, not unless y'all got Long Island iced tea. Or peach schnapps mixed with iced tea. But that's the only tea we drinking. But anyway, I would like to thank all of you guys for watching. If you are not a patron, a link will be up shortly for you to become one. You can request any movie or video. If you become a patron in the month of August, you get till August 31st. If you even become a patron, if you're already a patron, you get to choose a movie or a video for me to review. Next is coming up for Izzy Q. Hi, Izzy. And we're going to do Numb by Linkin Park, and we're going to get into some serious shit with that one. So I probably won't even be sipping or smoking on that one, because that one's going to be serious. But to the rest of my patrons, or my up-and-coming patrons, get it in. Get your shit in. Get your shit in. Because get it in now. And then also October for breast cancer awareness. Shit, fuck it. I'm fucked up. I'll throw it in there now. All Patreon, all of my Patreon funds. So all of my patrons that donate to me, I will be taking the whole, which won't come through till November 1st, but I will be taking all of my Patreon money for October. And I'll even do a video where I'm doing it live, and I'm going to donate it to breast cancer. Because October I'll do a video every month in Pynk for breast cancer awareness. And this will be my 6th year wearing pink every day in the month of October. But only it's not even my second doing YouTube videos, because I've done that before too. But anyway, I think your girl might be a little tipsy. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you are not a pink lady or a T-bird, feel free to become one. Wherever that is, by clicking on Sailor Jimmy. The P is to go to my Patreon page, where we have things starting at $1 a month. And also watch another video. I thank you so much for watching. Deuces.